Hello, this is Victoria Duff, and welcome to Latona's Open House. Today we're showcasing Gizmo Crave, and I'd like to present Alex Eon, the seller. Hello, Alex.
Hello. 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 Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Alex. Let's just move on to the first slide here. What I'd like to do is remind you that if you have any questions, please use the GoToWebinar software to the right of your screen. Just type in your question and I'll see it, and I'll try to work it in during the interview, or we can address it at the end of the presentation. All right, let's get going here. This is the deal. Annual revenue of about $48,000, annual profit about $45,000, and the site is currently listed at $70,000. Okay, Alex, why don't we start out with you telling us a little bit about the history of your site?
Well, Gizmo Crave was launched in 2010. It was first meant as a technology blog. I was writing the articles myself. I'm quite passionate and I like technology. I like everything that is new. So that's when everything started in 2010. During the time, I got involved in other online businesses, and I couldn't write that much. So eventually, by the end of 2012, I had a partner to help me. Things didn't work out very, very well for us. And in April 2013, I had to buy the other half of the website from my partner. That's when the whole focus of the website changed. We realized there is a niche we could cater to, especially Indian news, and I think it has paid out really, really well in the last probably 16 months, if not more. Now the site is owned 100% by me. I have writers to help me, and we are trying every day to put interesting articles and generate revenue.
Why Indian news?
Can you still hear me?
Yes, why Indian news?
Why Indian news? Because I'm working with an editor from India, and we kind of have a way of knowing what will be really, really hot for the next, I don't know, 2-3 days. From Indian Premier League, which is cricket if you don't know, to Cricket World Cup, to Bollywood news, absolutely everything. India is a huge market. India is a very, very big market, and they like to read news online. They really like to read news online. So this is why we decided to go and focus on the, let's say, Asian market. It can be, I don't know, India, Pakistan. Sometimes it's about China. Sometimes it's about politics in the region. It's very much, it very much depends on what's hot during the day.
Now, is this your Facebook site?
Yes, yes, it's ours. But I must say we haven't done anything to it. Absolutely nothing.
Well, you have over 3,000 likes.
It's all absolutely natural people who like the website, but we have failed at being active on Facebook. I have to say this. We have failed at being active on Facebook. So I'm thinking maybe with 20, 30 minutes minutes per day. If we got 3,000 by not doing anything, I'm thinking what can happen if you do it. I just don't have the time at the moment. So that's our Facebook page, yeah.
Now, this is the last 12 months from Google Analytics, last 12 months of your traffic. I noticed that in July of 2013 there was a big spike. However, your traffic has been fairly reliable with spikes here and there. Please talk a little bit about that.
Actually, the spike was in June 2013. It was the first month after we decided to change the website in more like a, in India they call it a news portal. They like to call them portals, web portals, whatever. So when we decided to go for the Indian market, we stick to it. We gave technology news in India. We gave politics, like I said before. So June 2013 was our best month since we changed the subject of the website. We had 1 million pages, up from 400,000, I think. Then things went quite steady with spikes from time to time when things are really, really, really hot in India, for example. Let's say Indian elections. Let's say Cricket World Cup. These guys are crazy. These guys love cricket. These guys love to be informed. They will Google anything about politics, anything. So we have managed to get spikes, mainly because we are part of Google News and because our articles are being indexed by Google News, which means that when someone performs a search for a few days while the topic is hot, the Google News result may probably be the first. That's most of the time. So that's why we have those spikes.
And you have quite a few returning visitors too.
Yeah, again, that's because these guys, for example, love cricket. That's because these guys love to comment on articles. When they're really hot trends, you can get up to, I would say, 30, 40, 50 comments. Sometimes it's hundreds. People come back to see what others reply. People come back to see updates of the news if you have it. So yeah, we have a few people coming back to read. And I'm sure a few of them have favorite the site and probably read it every day.
Do you have a mailing list? And do you send out to the mailing list?
No, not at the moment. We don't have a newsletter.
Have you ever tried to get one started?
We thought about it. We are not the best marketers. I will have to say this. We are not the best marketers. We are more like content guys. We create good content. So we decided to concentrate more on this side of the business, to write good content so that people can come to the website and see later what we do with the visitors.
So you haven't been collecting emails?
No.
But you think that that would be pretty easy to do, I would guess.
Pardon me?
How easy do you think it would be to start collecting emails and develop an email mailing list, a newsletter?
I'm sure it works. I'm sure it works. We are not. We don't know how to do it. We don't have knowledge of how to send, I don't know, daily newsletter. We have, I can say we have a feed on FeedBurner, and we have 479 subscribers. for June 2nd. I'm just looking now, and probably an average of 600 per day, I would say. But other than that, we don't have anything. We don't do newsletters because we don't know how.
So you get 600 subscribers to FeedBurner, between 400 and 600 every day?
Yeah, the minimum I see in FeedBurner is around 400, 390, and the maximum is 1,014. So I would say it's an average of 600 or so, 500, 600, I don't know, something like that.
And I see here that you have, obviously, the majority of your visitors are from India. But it appears as though you also serve a certain percentage of expats that are living in the United States.
Yes, there are many sports fans, can be cricket, can be a lot of people from India who have moved to the US. It can be US citizens who really like the sport. UK, they are also interested in cricket. Pakistan, they are also one of the best country in cricket. Yeah, there are quite a few expats who want to know, I don't know, scores, who want to be updated on who won, what happened during the game, that sort of thing.
Okay, talk to us a little bit about your traffic over the last few months.
Yeah, I'm happy to say that I'm going to give you some numbers. You have them on the screen. November 2013, 1.1 million. December, 900,000. January, 940,000. February, 630. Then again, 1.5 million in March. We know how to write good content. We know how to write content that gets picked up by Google News. We are happy that we average something like 1.05 million sessions per month in the last 6 months. So I think it's a steady growth. Compared to last year, especially compared to last year, it's huge.
Okay, how would a new owner duplicate that content, that content quality that draws your visitors?
There are two ways. If he's going to continue with our niche, we are going to offer training, how to use the news, what to write. We may also include a 1 month free of writing, and we are going to explain for each article that we did why we did it like that. It's not really rocket science. You have to make a schedule of what's going to be important in the next 2 weeks. Decide when you are going to write about it. For example, let's take a movie from Bollywood. Yeah, you need to know when it's going to be released. You need to know when the trailer is out. These are important things. It's not rocket science. It's only content creation done well. You just need to know how to write so that you attract your people. So, not just a boring article. So we are going to teach the new owner how he can do this.
And will anybody from your current staff, any of your writers, be available to work for the new owner?
Definitely. Definitely. I said on Latona's website, I said that I'm paying for content. Yes, I have a team of writers. They are being paid per article. And the new owner will be able to buy articles from this team, which I have created. I have taught what and how to do.
Okay, now I'm going to show some slides you were kind enough to send us, so please tell us what we're looking at here.
This is a query from Google, site, and then the main name is going to show you the indexed pages of a certain website. This one is for news. You can see the day I Googled this, those were the articles that were indexed by Google News. So everything that gets published on Gizmo Crave is being indexed by Google News. There's an exception. You need to write good content. Write spam, it's not going to be indexed. Write good content, quality content, informative, timely pieces is going to be indexed. So what you have here is a screenshot from Google News showing articles that were indexed, and all these articles we ranked for certain keywords during that day ahead of other people. For example, you can see the highlights of a game. That's the fourth article which is indexed. Yes, this one. And the closing ceremony, because IPL, which is the Indian Premier League, closed a few days ago. So on this website, you can see the highlights of the game, the closing ceremony, and imagine people are searching for all these things. So we are going to be among the first stories, and people are going to click on it.
All right, now tell us what this is.
This is a report from Technorati. It's their advertising company. I ran a report for this year. I think we started using them from November, if I'm not mistaken. If not, it's December, something like that, November or December. You can see the earnings for each month for this year.
Now, these are in US dollars.
Yes, these are in US dollars. And these are only for a few banners. We don't have them across the whole website.
Okay, and your revenues are all in US dollars, is that correct?
Actually, I'm from Europe. My AdSense account, which is probably the next screenshot, my AdSense account is in Euro. But as you know, in AdSense, they allow you to change the currency, because behind the euro payment, it's actually a dollar payment. So what you see here, 45,911, it's the revenue in dollars. What I got paid was euro.
All right, and what is this site, slide?
This is the back end of WordPress. I think you have heard of WordPress. It's probably the most known blogging platform.
It's pretty popular.
Yes, Gizmo Crave is using WordPress. We are hosted with a company called Press Labs. So for those of you who know WordPress and wonder why the URL in there is gizmocrave.plssl.com, it's because Press Labs, the company that we use for hosting, they have this special way of logging to your dashboard. So what you see here is WordPress. We have related posts. We have plugins installed, for example, the Google News plugin and the sitemap, which allows the Google News bot, the Google News agent, to understand more of your articles, which are news, which are, let's say, more like editorial, and you don't want them listed as news. Here is the media library of the website. It's pretty standard for WordPress. And
those of
here you
us who
have the,
blog recognize this.
yes, it's where you add your articles. So for those who don't know what WordPress is, what you just saw is the dashboard. It's very intuitive. It's very easy to use. You add a title, you add the content, you insert images, you select a category to the right, and then you hit publish. And then the site does everything for you.
And this is the basic
Yes,
dashboard.
that's our dashboard. Yes, as you can see, we have 5,000 plus articles, almost 1,800 comments. But I think there are more because we are using Facebook as well and discuss. Basically, that's the main dashboard.
Okay, now your revenues. Can you talk a little bit about where the revenues come from?
Revenue. We have Technorati Media. You just saw a screenshot before. And we have AdSense. I've been working closely with my other website. I've been working closely with a Google consultant, which allowed me access to Ad Exchange, which is a Google product. If the site will not sell, let's say in 1 month, we are going to switch from AdSense to Ad Exchange. Gives you more money and more control over what you do with your advertising. So we are expecting probably a 15% increase in the next month if we are going to switch to Ad Exchange. Regarding revenue, you probably see some spikes in here. I'm going to explain a bit. For example, Cricket has a very good cost per mile for us, mainly because people click more because they stay more on the website. So with this, you have a higher eCPM from AdSense. When you write about Bollywood, for example, you're not going to get the same rates. They are also good, but they're going to be lower. So that's why those spikes are in there. You can probably make an average and see where's the middle for the revenue. What's the average?
And your expenses have gone up. Kindly explain that.
The expenses have gone up because of more traffic. Press Labs, for those of you who don't know, again, they are our hosting company. They host Gizmocrate. They have a payment model which works on impressions, on page views. So yeah, our traffic went up, and we are paying just slightly more for hosting. But as you can see, from 250 to 350 is just $100. So it's not that much when you think of it. Of course, it's a lot in percentages, but the increase is not huge.
So tell us a little bit about how you run the site. What do you do every day? How many hours?
I'm going to explain exactly what I do because I own the website and I decide about it, what gets published and everything. In the morning, I talk with one of my guys. We decide the schedule for the next few days, and then I'm asking him to order the articles which are important to us. So the meeting in the morning is probably something like 15 minutes every day. And then I'm getting the articles from the writers,
and
which is probably another, yep.
This helper, this employee or contractor will work for the new owner.
Like I said, we are going to offer training to the new owner, how he can do this with the writers. He's not a direct employee. He's one of those who write content. I have just decided on one of them because I'm not going to talk with all 3, 4, 5 writers. I'm just talking to one. I decide what we're going to write for the next few days, and everyone is assigned an article. And then the articles are uploaded to WordPress, to the dashboard, and I publish them. So I would say it's 15 minutes in the morning with one of the writers. You can go with that. One of the writers, which will be available to work with the new owner. And then depends how much it takes for the writer to finish. But then for me, it takes about probably 2 minutes to upload each post. And if you consider that we do around, I don't know, 4 or 5 articles per day, there's probably another, I'm going to exaggerate a bit, let's say 25 minutes.
Okay, where do you see this site going? What can it become?
For me, at the moment, having my free time, I can probably see an increase, a growth of at least 25% year on year. Then I'm also considering a 25 to 30% increase month on month. No, sorry, not month on month. Again, year on year, because we are going to make more money, not because of traffic growth, but because we are going to implement ad exchange. Because I have this deal with a media company which are going to take care of advertising for us. So realistically, I think probably 45 to 50% next year. If this year we're making an average of 6,000, 5,000 per month, I think next year is going to be 40% more. If I'm going to continue, if the new owner knows more than we do, also about marketing, also about newsletters, also about Facebook, probably doubling traffic, doubling revenue by next year is something really, really, really doable.
So you really have everything that has happened to your site has happened mostly because people just found it, and you haven't done very much marketing, if any, at all.
Absolutely nothing. We just don't know. Probably that's one of the negative sides of GizmoCrate. We are not capable of driving traffic from Facebook, from Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, I don't know. We don't know this part. We know content. That's the positive of GizmoCrate. We know content, and we know how to make people find us in the search engines mostly.
Wonderful. Okay, so now tell us why you're selling the site.
I'm running another website. It's been my main site for the last 4 years maybe. It's probably why I decided to go with a partner on GizmoCrate, because I wasn't able to do what I wanted to do. Okay, this didn't go as planned with the partner on GizmoCrate, but that's the reason I'm selling. This other website of mine is much, much bigger, and I'm adding a lot of new features to it. I'm doing a lot of changes. It requires a lot of investment, not only money, but also time, which is something I don't have at the moment.
And you are willing to sign a non-disclosure agreement or a non-compete agreement?
Yeah, sure. Because I will not have time to do it again. Because if I would have time, I would continue with GizmoCrate. It has age. It's been in Google News for 4 years now. No, I wouldn't start a new site. It's just that I cannot start a new site.
All right, are there any questions from the audience? I've worked a few in. No, I don't see anything coming in right now. Okay, well, Alex, thank you so much. This was an excellent presentation. For those of you who have questions that you haven't asked, please forward them to Adam Beebe, who is the listing broker here at Latona's. And thank you so much for attending this presentation.
Thank you, Victoria.
We're going to, okay, everything's done. See you next week.